What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of La Liga career mode. It's episode number 26. Great start for Almeria, 4 wins in 5, and today it's Sloggy season. It's part 1 of Sloggy season, so I've got my phone on Do Not Disturb, a big mug of coffee, and I'm going to play for as much as I can today. Hoping to play the first 3 games of Champions League group stage and squeeze in all these La Liga games here, and possibly 1 or 2 more in November as well. So loads to get through in Sloggy season, starting off with our Champions League group open at Monaco at home. I've said there's no global powerhouse in this group, and therefore we should top it. Anything less than that, and I'd say we disappoint ourselves. First game, Monaco at home, Vamos Almeria. By the way, our objectives for this season in the 3 competitions we're in are to win a domestic double and to reach the Champions League final. Now that is strong. That is a big ask of this Almeria side. Good stop there by Zabala. Listen, I'm not saying we can't do that, but first of a European final, first of a La Liga, and retain our Copa del Rey. Doing all 3, I think we can do 2 of them, but doing all 3, that's going to be incredibly tough. Weird sequence of events, and it's resulted in a goal. Goodness gracious, keeper slipped a little bit when making a clearance, and in the end the half clearance turns into a goal. Almeria in front. Yeah, I definitely think we should top this group, no doubt. Van der Ven in a bit of trouble here, forced back to Moretti. We've already seen his footwork be a little bit sus. And oh my goodness, you are so lucky. He is struggling out there, man. Granted, it struck the arm of Delafeu, so wouldn't have counted had it gone in anyway. But listen, man, not every goalkeeper can be that comfortable with their feet. When in doubt, kick it out. He's not learnt that phrase yet. He's a new gen, that goalkeeper, Rosario Moretti, and one can only assume he's 84 overall, by the way. He's probably the pre-gen of Donnarumma. So for those that don't play career mode, or maybe new to career mode, then basically there's 3 types of youth players. You've got new gens, you've got regens, and you've got pre-gens. So a new gen is a player that's newly formed into the game and not modelled on any sort of real player whatsoever. These are players you get through youth scouting. A regen is a player who's formed into the game and is based on a player who's just retired, so he's regenerated of that player that's just retired. And a pre-gen is a player that's formed into the game, built on a player who's in his advancing years, so not retired yet, but not many years away from retirement. So with that being the case, it's an Italian goalkeeper in Liga, 84 overall. You might possibly think Gigi Donnarumma is the guy he's modelled off. Even so, right now his kicking is sus. That's what I do know. I don't know if it is a Donnarumma pre-gen, but what I do know is his kicking is sus, and we are exploiting it. This should be 2. Camelo go right. And Sergio, for the second, drills it in for his brace. And I said this year, don't go to Barca, stay with us, and you'll be our official CAM. Sergio Camelo with the brace. Almeria 2-0 up. So over yet, with 6 to go. As Monaco search for a route back into the game. Zakari shot blocked though. And then Vlasic gets a shot away and scores. Wow, defensively, to start the season off, it's what we're built on, man. But at the moment, can't keep a clean sheet to save our lives. Only 2 from our first 6 in all competitions. Monaco have 1 back. I think it would be a consolation, but oh, this will be a bottle. This will be a bottle. Oh, Zabala just completely bailed me out. That is why we love this kid, man. He is such an amazing shot stopper. Tell you what, I'd have thrown these 3 points away on match day 1. I would have been fuming. Instead, we're going to close it out. A little scare towards the end of the game, but we do get the job done. Euler bailing me out after I conceded a cheap one and almost conceded another one directly afterwards. 3 points on match day 1 though, so we've got to top the group. Perfect start. Right, next up, Real Sociedad away at the Reali Arena in the Basque region as we aim to keep pace with Atletico Madrid, who have won all 6 of their opening league games. Simeone's side off to a red-hot start. It'll be so difficult this year if we finally get it sorted in terms of no slip-ups. And then the only reason we don't win the title is because Atletico Madrid just never lost. Do you know what I mean? It will kind of remind me of what's going on with Harry Kane at Bayern right now. You know, the one time that Bayern don't win a major honour. When was the last time they didn't do that in an entire season? It's well over a decade for sure. And the one season happens is the year when he joins up at the Allianz Arena. How typical is that for Harry Kane, man? I feel for him, I really do, because I saw against Leipzig last weekend. You know, he scored that late winner, wonderful bit of technique for the goal. I mean, he's literally done all he can. He's having a sort of a record-breaking season, I think. I think he's on pace to have a record-breaking season in the Bundesliga for goals. He's doing everything. He really is. And yet he's still, most likely, at this current trajectory, going to come up short to Leverkusen, who are still undefeated. I mean, how typical is that? The 1 year, the 1 season. And you got to feel a bit for Harry Kane, man. It's great character building, don't get me wrong, but it's got to sting nonetheless. It's not been a great game, this, but as we're still leading by 1, I'm just going to game manage from here. Only leading by 1. My defense has been poor recently. I'm just going to game manage. Put the ball in the corner and see out these 3 points. Just want to make sure ahead of the game against Atletico Madrid. We've got the win in the bag, and there's not going to be enough time now anyway, so that is going to do it. It's going to be a... What's going on with the goalkeeper footwork today? Honestly, man, it's going to be another win for Almeria. Not the best, but we shall take it, and we'll keep pace with Atletico heading into that game against them in the week as well. 3 points in the bag. Almeria continue their undefeated start. Yep, next up, biggest game of the season so far as third play host to first. Atletico 100%, Almeria unbeaten, so something's got to give today in Andalusia. Diego Simeone's side in an early potential title clash at the Powerhouse Stadium. Vamos, Almeria. I'm always worried to call something like a potential title decider when it's like so early on. But based on the start of the season, you could say it feels like that. Definitely does. And heading into the game, a couple of tired legs, but for the most part, a fresh start. But again, you might have noticed, it's a lovely build-up here. Oh, it should have been 1-0, and it's a scramble and it's cleared away to prevent us from going up. You might have noticed pre-game, where you just saw him get involved in the action there. Dion Lopez in the team. Camelo, saved by All Black, and pounces on the rebound, because I love to have a DM, an extra DM in my team when I take on one of the biggest or one of the sides that are in red hot form. In this case, both apply to Atletico Madrid. Oh, red hot start, but Jan All Black showing his pedigree, still 0-0 in Andalusia. Camelo to Vega, I see you, Bakayoko. Yes, he's done it again! Every time he faces Atletico Madrid, he scores against them. Sergio Camelo does it once again. Great hold up from Darwin Nunez. They're using that big frame to hold off his man. Offload to the oncoming Camelo. And this is why I said I want to play him at CAM. His passing is pretty solid. He gets a few assists per season, but he can finish when coming into the area as well. Perfect way to end the first half. Almeria in front. We said to Sergio, don't leave us, man. Don't leave us. Don't join Barca. Stay with us. Look what happened to Lucas Robertone. Went to the new camp. Never seen him again. Just been banished to the shadow realm there, honestly. He now sweeps the floor at the La Masia Academy, I think. You know, but don't go there. Stay with us. I know they're the champions. I know they're one of the biggest teams in Spain. But stay with us. It's Delafeo! Squeezes it in for his first of the year. The question marks over All Black. How did he get beaten from that angle? Shouldn't have happened. But it's Delafeo's first of the year. And Almeria double up. First loss for Atletico Madrid incoming. Almeria going top. Biggest game of the season. Biggest win of the season. And what a performance in Andalusia as well from Camelo and Gerrard. We said that Nunez might be the missing piece in the jigsaw puzzle. And Sergio and Delafeo said, well, don't forget about us. Massive 2-0 win. Atletico's first loss. And Almeria go top of the table. Huge 3 points. Right, next up, Getafe away in Madrid. Last season, we lost in this fixture towards the end of the season. And I said, these are the potential banana skins we need to stop slipping up on if we are to be champions. Let's prove we've got it right this time. Vamos, Almeria. Getafe are building a really solid team right now, I must say. It's a good one. As Conor Gallagher offloads and Levi Garcia makes it 1-0 early. We're scrambling a bit at the back. And in the end, we're breached as the hosts have the lead. What did I just say? We're going to get it right this year. Well, evidently not. Gallagher with the assist. Popped up with the winner against Leeds in the week, didn't he? In the FA Cup. And he's just provided the opener for Garcia. Great striker in this game, by the way, Levi Garcia. Worth looking at if you're on a budget, kind of all-rounder, if you will. Even so, down by 1. Plenty of game to go. I often say it, that the advantage of conceding early is you've got plenty of time to come back into it. Bakayoko. Camelo. Darwin Nunez, just lever it, mate, with that left foot of yours. which might not be your strongest, but you can still get an awful lot of power behind it. Excellent stop by David Soria. Still 1-0 Getafe, but like I said, plenty of time. Just don't panic, man. Oh, another great save by David Soria, this time on Sergio. Like I said, just don't capitulate. Yeah, you conceded early. It's gutting, but learn the lessons from Brazil versus Germany all those years ago. There's so much time, man. Just don't capitulate, don't fold, and try and get yourself back in it. There's Sergio off the crossbar. How are we still behind? A gut to Pozo. Timber. Great ball through the gap. Camelo, a wonderful ball. Nunez, first time. Come on! Ah! Don't need to see the replay. I think he was just a fraction offside there. Oh yeah, it's tight, but it did seem so straight. Just a fraction off. Two great saves, woodwork rattled, and a goal disallowed for offside. Almeria right now, not exactly getting the rub of the green here in this first half. But when you're doing all the right things and it's just not paying off, I say this all the time, man, don't lose your focus, don't lose your discipline. Just keep doing what you're doing and trust it's going to come off at some point. Still down by 1, but we'll have a whole second half to play. I'm not worried, man. I'm not worried. Yes! Come on! I'm not worried, man. I'm not worried. Come on! Oh, Ramazani keep in play. Yep, winning, mate. Gutierrez through to Camelo. Ask Nunez to go the other way. I say this all the time, man. But if you're doing all the right things and it's just not paying off yet, trust that it will in time. Don't lose your focus. Don't lose your discipline. Don't self-sabotage. Don't stop doing what you're doing. Just trust it's going to pay off in time. From a goal down to 2-1 up, and rightfully so, Almeria have the lead. What a ball, what a finish, what a turnaround. It's a lesson I try and remind myself of in my daily life. Not just when I'm playing football or playing FC, but just in general, man. When I'm doing all the right things and things just aren't working out, I trust. Oh, come on, ref, you're going to play full time now? That eventually it will pay off. Eventually I will get the reward. Just gotta be patient. Almeria they come from behind to win it, and deservedly so. Stay unbeaten and stay top. What a start to the season for Almeria. Learning our lessons and not slipping up. And as we see, Darwin Nunez deservedly win the Player of the Month award for September. 9 goals in his first 8 La Liga games. You know he's got his eyes on that prize. Joining the 40 club and not just the Golden Boot as well. Next up, actually, 2 of the Champions League group stage away in Germany against an underperforming Borussia Dortmund side. Aiming to make it back-to-back wins to begin the group campaign of Famos Almeria. I meant no disrespect with my comment on Borussia Dortmund in the last episode, by the way. I said they weren't a global powerhouse. And I stand by it. When I say global powerhouse, like I said, I only really am talking about a couple of teams there. Man City, because of what they've done over the years in the Guardiola era, and Real Madrid as well. Again, even if they're having an off year, what a ball, Delafay. You could probably put Bayern in the mix as well, as long as they bounce back next year. But right now, we talk about global powerhouses of forwards. Darwin Nunez is aiming to join those sort of ranks. What a finish, what a start, 1-0. In terms of like powerhouse stadiums though, Signal Iduna Park's definitely in that category, no doubt about it. Tell you what, the atmosphere that's generated there, particularly by the yellow wall, my goodness, I have to say, you know me, man, I'm a stadium nerd. I want to visit as many iconic ones as possible. Signal Iduna Park in Germany, man, I've got to go there. I've got to go there for a game. I don't know if I'll be allowed to be part of the yellow wall. I don't know if they open that up for touristy people like me, but as Nunez fires wide. But the Signal Iduna Park is a stadium. People don't understand just how big of a ground this is. It's ginormous. As Nunez is hustling and Dortmund clear, but masters of their own downfall there, give it away. And Delafay should have made it too. Yeah, I remember thinking the stadium was about 65,000. It's 81,000. Or 82, one of the two. 81 or 82,000 seater. That's ridiculous. It's just ginormous. It's the biggest stadium in Germany. It's bigger than the Olympiastadion, the Allianz. It's bigger than the San Siro. It's a huge, monstrous stadium. And right now, those 81, 82,000 people are bearing witness to Almeria continuing their red-hot start to the season. Timber doubles up, it's 2-0. Both goals coming in the first half, and a controlled victory in Germany as the unbeaten start to the season continues. Back-to-back wins in the group as well. I said it when it was drawn. I didn't mean to sound arrogant, but I think we're the best team now out of these three, and no doubt about it, we're showing it early. Back-to-back wins, perfect start. Right, next up, Valencia at home. Final game for the international break as we aim to stay top of the table and still undefeated. Vamos, Almeria. Starts the game. There's not really any clear-cut chances of note. Only really one half chance for us. Other than that, it's been a bit of a tough opening here. In a game where, like I said, we can't afford to slip up in if we want to be champions, man. And Edgar finds Vega, and I see Camelo. Nunez, keep running. Yes! And right before the break we have that lead, and it's Nunez once again, now reaching double digits in La Liga. 40 club, it's definitely possible. And I would just love to do it. I would love to do it. You know, no one's done it so far. But I've done it once every FIFA year for the past 3 years. Camelo gives us a quick fire double to end the first half. First it was Tony, and then it was Samuel Belbel, and then it was Doxy Boy himself in a player CM. One by one. 21, 22, 23. Oh, was it 20? Actually, do you know what? I think it might have been 20. 21, 23, maybe? I can't remember. It's hard to keep track. But even so, Nunez trying to be the first one in FC 24. And as Camelo joins him on the score sheet, we're 2-0 up to end the first half. And I think I'll do it now. It's going to be yours, Timber, all day. Take your time. You've got your bro with you there as well. There we go. I love it. Football brothers, man. Football families. I love it. I really do. And we've got 2 of them. 2 brothers to together in this lineup. It's great. It really is so cool. Yes, Quentin gives it back to Urian and says, "You remember we used to do this in the back garden? Now we're doing it in La Liga." How cool is how amazing must that feel, honestly, seriously. If you've not got a sibling, then even just like a childhood best friend, you know. Wonderful build up this. And Gary Vega should have made it free. It was a brilliant build up, but Doxy fluffed the finish. Normal service resumed. Timber to Delafeu. Nice ball through. Nunez. There's the new number 9, finds the former. And, you know, based on Nunez' start to the season, I think he warrants wearing that number 9 now. He won't get another goal, but he'll get an assist as Gary Vega kisses the wrist and makes it free, making amends for his earlier miss. Game over now in Andalusia for sure. We are absolutely dominating right now. 3 points clear at the top as we go for our 10th win in a row in all competitions. Next up, away in Barcelona, Espanyol, as we aim to stay further clear at the top, Vamos Almeria. We've had plenty of winning runs like these, you know, where we just look absolutely unstoppable, regardless of who we face, regardless of whether we're home or away. It doesn't even come into my mind that we won't have games like this. What I worry about is a wonderful build-up. Oh, what a goal. Can we do this in the second half of the season? Which is where we normally do have a bit of a collapse. But Gary Vega says, well, this time, right on time, we're going to extend it to, again, 10 in a row in all competitions. Yeah, we'll stay top for now. But listen, I kind of felt this would be the case. We did this the past 2 years. We still came up short. Got to make sure we can do this in the second half too. Gutierrez back to Ulam as we still lead by 1 in control. Got Slavia Prague in a week, should be a banker in the 3rd Champions League group game, where a win will all but see us through, even halfway through the group. And that's exactly what we want, so I will pick some starters for it, but right now in control. And that second goal is coming. Once again, it's a really nice build-up. It's a wonderful build-up, and oh, Bakayoko just coolly slots it in. I don't know why I'm showing respect. I didn't mean to double tap the circle button. I went in to point to the sky, but even so, it's a wonderful team goal. He should be pointing to his teammates instead, because that is a lovely, lovely move once again for the second goal on the afternoon. Team goals have been glorious here in Barcelona, man. Playing like prime Barcelona. Yeah, I love team goals. They're so nice to score. They're so nice when you execute them. But the thing is, like, yeah, sometimes I do get criticism for my play style, and listen, I totally get that. I try to vary it up from time to time. I try and score different goals from time to time, but it's not easy when, you know. Let's just be totally honest here. Can we just be totally honest? Can we be completely frank? Playing with pace is just the easiest way to get goals. Playing on the counter is the easiest way to get goals. Playing with pace and playing on the counter is just the easiest way to get goals and win games. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. And, you know, no matter whether you like it or not, whether you agree with it or not, pace will always dominate FC. Pace will always be, as Gabri Vega should have made it free, always be the most effective way to play. But like I said, sometimes I do try and vary it up, score those sort of tiki-taka goals. And today, that's exactly what we've been doing. The passing's been brilliant, the movement's been superb, the finishing for the most part's been great, and we're 2-0 up at half-time. 10 wins on the trot in all competitions is definitely on the books. You know, I don't actually know what my longest winning run is in FC 24, but I have to say, if it's not this one, then it's definitely up there. 10 on the trot in all competitions, and I fancy us to keep it going as well. It's also now 5 clean sheets in our last 6 as well. Shaky start defensively, we've turned it round at the back. Right, next up, Slavia Prague away in the beautiful city itself, which I'm desperate to visit one day. Apparently it's great for a stag. But yeah, away in the Czech Republic for our 3rd win in the Champions League group stage and 11 in a row in all competitions. Let's keep the run going here. Vamos Almeria. Yeah, I'd love to visit Prague. It's sort of one of those European cities, sort of like Budapest, you know, where like you just got to go at some point. You got to visit at some point, right? And I'm sure I would at some point. And whilst I'm there, I'd love to go to a Prague derby as well. Slavia versus Sparta, 2 historic Czech clubs. Oh, and they almost took the lead early there. Agra Zabala bailing me out to keep it at 0-0. Yeah, Prague derby will be nice and feisty. I'd love that for a trip to the Czech Republic. But in this trip to the Czech Republic, this might end up being our first game we failed to win after 10 on the trot. Stumbled out of blocks a little bit here and almost fell a goal behind. As Timber has Ramazani out left. And you know, I often say that if you're the underdog, you've got to take a chance you get because you might get many. Both teams missing golden chances, still 0-0. No, I don't want to tempt fate, but with 5 to go before the break, we haven't had an injury yet this season. We haven't had an injury yet. It's coming. It's coming. But the one player, what a ball. The one player I just simply can't afford to let it happen for is the man who opens the scoring. Keeper's still broken in FC 24, clearly. They just don't seem to come out and meet the striker on occasion. They just seem frozen. And for those that are new to the channel, this might be the first save of mine you've watched, or the first save of mine this year. This is what I mean. See the keeper there hesitate? He wants to come out and meet Darwin Nunez and close down the angle. But for some reason, in this year's FC, and I know it's not just me that's got the problem, I've seen it posted on the EA forums and on the subreddit too. Every now and then the keeper, not always, but every now and then the keeper will just start doing the running man and stay frozen on the spot. It's so frustrating. But in this case, I guess it helps us. Nunez on the score sheet. Shock horror. Almeria in front. 22 minutes to go. Almost there. Almost there. As Dion wins it back. My God, how good is this guy? Like, so if you guys, if you're looking for like a budget DM in this game, a budget anchor man, can I point you to my my good friend Dion Lopi, who is just absolutely brilliant. He'll get an assist for a good measure as well as Ramazani doubles up. 18 to go, and it's going to be 11 wins in a row in all competitions for Almeria, and back-to-back wins in the Champions League group stage here in Prague with a 2-0 victory. I said we should be very top this group. I didn't feel like I was being arrogant. I was just spitting facts. Almeria, 3 wins on the trot. Right, let's do a couple more so we can close out today with a rival battle away against Mallorca. Next up, Eibar. Bottom of the table should be a banker. And we know it needs to be if we are to win the championship. Vamos Almeria. Let's go. Yep, thank you. So right now, this is going to be the longest winning run of the save if we can close out 3 points here. And no. Well, that's a bit worrying. He's bounced back up quick, but I'm hoping that's just a 5-day one. What did I say just a moment ago? We haven't had an injury this season. The one player we can't afford it coming to. Darwin goes down. I might just take him off early. I do not want to risk that. It's absolutely typical, isn't it? Absolutely typical. I think it will just be a bruise, but you never know. As our run of clean sheets has gone, and our run of wins might go too. These are always the hardest games to win, aren't they? These are always the hardest games to win. And I've said this before, I don't know if EA have coded in anything into the game. There's always been these great debates over the years in the community. You know, handicap, scripting, momentum. Are they in the game? Do they exist? I've gone on record as saying I just can't believe scripting is in the game. I just don't think it would be right, especially with the game now being an esports game. But in terms of momentum, for sure. But handicap, yeah, over the past couple of years I've changed my tune. I'm starting to believe in it. Why are these always the hardest games to win? I were a bottom with 3 points. This is ridiculous. Bakayoko, Camelo. Come on. Draw's not enough though. Need to win this. Come on. So second half begins. Still tied at 1-1. I said it in the game against Getafe. When you do fall behind early, the clock is your friend. Time's on your side. Just don't capitulate. Don't panic. You know, and you'll get chances if you're a favourite to get on level terms and then get in front. Right on cue. We got it. Gary Vega. Oh, what a finish. What a finish. We need to alert our listen. Can't slip up in these games. Coming from behind to lead. What a goal. Melamed gets out of his feet. Oh, off the crossbar. As he almost scored a wonderful goal to close the game out. But in the end, we almost did again. This time Lucas Zidane with the save. Not that it's going to matter. We'll get the win. You know, when top face bottom, you'd think it should normally only go one way. But this is FIFA career mode. They are so often the hardest games to win. But we come from behind to claim it and do get the 3 points. But the real question is, as the winning run is extended, how bad was the injury for Darwin Nunez? Took him off after we got the goal to get in front. And we'll quickly go back to the main menu now. And my fingers are crossed. I said we haven't had an injury since this season began. And the one player we couldn't afford it going to is our man off to the red hot start. Please don't be a broken toe. 5 days I can live with, but please don't be a broken toe. It is just a bruise. Thank God for that. He'll miss the Mallorca game, but he'll be back for the following one. Actually, no, I think he'll be back for the Mallorca game actually in full. I think he'll be ready for that one straight away. Yep, he is indeed back for our 10th and final game today as he wins another Player of the Month. And whilst he's not winning the Ballon d'Ors like Haaland, that's his 3rd in 4 years, I believe, in the save. He's still winning Player of the Months and the Ballon d'Or in our hearts, if you will. Our final game today, Mallorca at home, actually, not away in the Balearic Islands, as he's going to make it lucky number 13 for wins consecutively in all competitions. Vamos, Almeria. Yeah, nice little rivalry brewing with Mallorca since the save began. And you know they'd love to be the first team to stop us at home this season. Yes, we've drawn at the Bernabeu, but every single home game in Andalusia this year has been a win. Both in the league and in Europe as well. As Nunez shoots from a tight angle and just couldn't get the trajectory right. Still 0-0, and you know they would love to be the first team to stop us here at the Balfour Stadium. Tough game this, as we're still tied at 0-0. Can we take lead right before the break? Yes, we can! I'll admit it, not as good as ever. Getting downgraded unfairly by EA, as we've discussed at length, but still can come up big when we need him at most. I thought he strayed just a fraction offside. Evidently not. He'll never be the same player. EA are downgrading him unfairly, but he'll still come up big on occasion. We love you, Delafeu, and we'll never forget. 12 to go in a bit of an uneventful game. It's not over yet. And Mallorca, you know, would absolutely love to stop us. And they've got a chance. So I need to concentrate here if you don't mind. And there we go. Edgar with a tackle on Lucas and Metro, and that will do it. Back you. Keep running. Keep running. I see you. I see you. I see you. And whilst it'll be no goals in 2 for Darwin Nunez, he'll get an assist for the dagger. Game over. And it is 13 in a row for Almeria. Bakayoko wraps it up. And right now, this is, well, put it this way, if it's not my best winning run of FC24, it is up there. 13 in all competitions and absolutely flying right now. And that'll do it for today's episode of the La Liga career, guys. So big thank you for tuning in. If you have enjoyed it, if you have enjoyed today's episode, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode as we'll play part 2 of Sloggy season, aim to stay top and undefeated and pull away from the chasing pack, as we'll also get through to the January transfer window and close out the Champions League group and hopefully make it through and see the draw as well. Have a great day, much love, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon.